Guys, Professor Warden or Trusten here, and I'm here with Jeff from G2S TV.
It's good.
And this is episode number 6 of the Trusten and Jeff show. We're just going to keep going. We're already over a quarter of the way to being, what is it, like the top 10% podcast?
10 or 5% even, maybe? It's an astonishing number.
Most podcasts don't make it to episode 20, a staggering majority of them. So we're working our way through there. This one's going to be a short, 30-minute one because we're not starting until late. But this Saturday, we're going to actually do an hour.
Hopefully we'll be able to record maybe. Yeah, well, hopefully we'll have more of a setup for you, too.
Yeah. We're gonna work on it. We're going to at least put 40 minutes into kind of making it a little better.
Yeah. I mean, we got lights, we got mics, we got everything we need. We got a lot going on just so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways,
make sure you have the lights on that one.
The Ryan Garcia, I don't know if it was a troll, if it was psychological warfare. But,
he says it was psychological warfare. I seen a YouTube short about it. Of course, it's a short. I didn't watch a video full description. But he said that he was acting all crazy for it to get in. Was it Devontae Davis or Javante?
Hang on. It's Devin Haney.
Devin
Haney.
Devin Haney was the one he fought.
Davis is the one they call Tank, I think. And
okay.
I guess that's the fight he wants next. But he says, from what he said when I seen him on, what was it, PRB or something? I seen an interview with him, and he was saying more or less, he didn't think Tank would fight him, which is Javante Davis. And,
okay, that makes more sense.
And, but he said Haney was actually a better fighter out of the two. Even though he lost to Javante Davis, I think, already.
Yeah.
Gracie, or great. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, but he said Haney was the better fighter. I don't know.
I don't know what to think about that specifically, but, the way he was playing psychological warfare was kind of interesting.
It was, but what was crazier is
there are people saying that he wasn't actually doing psychological warfare, but he's doing that to cover his tracks.
Some people might say that. I didn't hear as many say that, but now the interview I seen, I can't think of the guy's name or the channel name, and I can't believe it because I follow him a lot. He's like an Indian guy. He's a entrepreneur type guy. Anyways, it's like PBR or PRB, something like that. Anyways, it's a good podcast. But here or there, the interview I've seen with him, basically, some of the things he said, he stood on, though. A lot of people thought the whole Bohemian Grove, some of the stuff he was saying, with the Andrew Tate, him and Andrew Tate talking, and, more or less, if you do this, people are going to come after you. So he still says he has videos and proof that they're actually not just using. So Bohemian Grove, we all know, Alex Jones went in there.
Oh, yeah, they hit him with almost $1 trillion and...
Yeah, so...
wasn't it almost $1 trillion or was it almost $1 billion?
I don't know I don't know if he got fined for going in Bohemian Grove. I know he
Not for the Bohemian Grove, but for
lawsuit.
that was the Sandy Hook. Okay, Bohemian Grove is the... Bohemian Grove is the one where they were all meeting up.
It's really what got Alex Jones on the map back in the early 2000s. I mean, before YouTube even. He had snuck into Bohemian Grove and done a documentary and showed where they were doing these mock sacrifices of kids and anyways. So basically, Garcia's saying this stuff really happens. They're using real kids, or it's even worse, than sacrifices. It's deeper than that. Anyways. But he still says he has the video, okay? And, so he's standing on that stuff that he said, but saying a lot of the other stuff. Now, some of it I do see what he was doing, with the singing. You know what I mean? I don't know if you've seen that short yet where, he's singing, he's like, look at fly and white, and he's just singing, and then, Javante or Devin Haney's sitting across from him, and he's looking at him, and he's like, I don't think Garcia's taking the fight serious, and it was so funny because, now the way it plays out after, he won the way he did, it's funny, even funnier. But,
that's what makes it so funny, though, is everyone loves a fighter who's, got insane bravado and can actually back it up.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's how Conor McGregor got really big.
I mean, this has worked for this has worked for him, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it really has. Like,
Yep.
Or Ryan Garcia. That's what it is, Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
But it's really worked for him, man. Like the whole thing, like whether it was a troll, I would like to see him back up. I mean, man, if you got that video, I don't know, man. I think to hold it makes no sense because then something can, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're better off to expose it, I would say. Like, I mean, you're putting yourself at risk by saying you have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, but the thing is, though, is Ryan Garcia, he's such a big, public face now that it would just require so much more cover up to kind of.
Yeah, but
they can still get you. I'm not saying they can't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that he's at such a point though to where
they don't want him to drop. Yeah, like yeah, I get what you're saying.
They can't just shoot him with the heart attack gun or whatever.
Yeah, it looks bad if he drops dead, even just from natural causes. All of a sudden, with this going on, I get what you're saying. But yeah, man, like I think it was cool to see. He says he's on the podcast I watched the other day. He's like a motivational type entrepreneurial channel. And anyways, the interview I seen him on, he was saying he's going to make over $100 million this year. Well,
Ryan?
Yeah. Well, listen to what he did. So he was 3 pounds over, right?
Yeah.
So he got fined and lost some of the prize money. Well, anyways, he went and placed like
he bet $2 million on himself and made 12.
Yeah, and won 12 back. So like it didn't matter because you know what I mean. He probably made more off that bet.
Yeah.
Than I wish I'd have bet on him now, man. Because like I don't think. I mean, I'll be honest. I was wondering about him.
See, that's the thing about betting though. Is
you
like
can't go off what you see. I don't know.
Like, you may have a feeling, and that feeling may be right, but you also may have a feeling and it may be wrong. And that's why, there are a lot safer options when it comes to that type of thing. But, a bet done in good fun's not bad.
Yeah.
Throw $50 on it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
as long as it doesn't break your bank, you're just like...
The odds were definitely, he was an underdog, so $50 you'd have won decent,
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's a crazy thing to see. That was, pretty interesting. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what to think of him, really. I don't know. Like you said, is this to cover up some stuff that he didn't? You know what I mean? Because it's a good way to play it off after the win.
Yeah, say he was actually
As
drinking beer and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? And he was just acting like he didn't.
He says he was out drinking. He says he was at the clubs like 3 days before the fight.
Yeah.
Now he was still training. He said just as hard as always. So.
See, I know it affects you, but at the same time, I feel like if you're training hard all day, you could probably get away with drinking.
Yeah, I guess if you're young, good genetics. Like, fight training's different.
He's only like, what, 26?
Something like that. Like,
he's not that old.
Yeah, he's not that old. But, yeah, it's cool to see him winning, man. Like, I like to see anybody winning, especially an underdog,
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, supposedly he might have broke Devin Haney's jaw in the fight, and there were some pictures that they showed when they were talking about it. His jaw was definitely swollen up good.
Yeah.
I think what he knocked him down, I think it was like 3 knockdowns, or was it 6 knockdowns? It was a lot of knockdowns.
I didn't see the fight.
I didn't see it myself either. I got, all the
I'm sure, I might watch like Sean Jones watch it over or something, or Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse likes to go over there.
He did, I guess Shane O'Malley and him might set up some type of boxing match.
That'll be interesting.
Sugar Shane from
I would
UFC.
say in that instance, my money would be on Ryan, just because, Sean O'Malley, he's more of an MMA fighter. Doesn't mean that he's not a world caliber striker.
He's a great striker.
Yeah, I'm just saying that like he has more to worry about.
It's a different game.
Yeah,
it's a different game. It really is.
Because like with boxing, it's like the amount. How do I put this? The amount of damage that you take to your head is just increased big time. You know what I mean? Like concussions, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But not just that, though. The way you fight is different. You use a different stance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Compared to like MMA. The gloves are bigger. The clinch isn't the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that Sean can't go in there and win, but I'm just saying, there's just it's such a different sport that it's like
a different sport it is. I don't think
Now
what I mean?
I'm wondering does Sean have a belt right now?
I don't think so.
Okay, because if he did, I wonder if he'd have to give it up to go do the boxing. We need to Google this shit. We're making too many assumptions here.
I'll let you do the Googling. You're the Googler.
The old Google.
The old Googly.
Fucking Google man.
Yeah, but
Google man.
I would like to see, since we're talking about fights, like why hasn't Bradley Martin been in the influencer boxing?
Well, it's more just his. It's more just his persona.
Style. Yeah.
Because he asked Brian Shaw. Who would win? And Brian Shaw's got MMA experience now, and he's 6'8".
Like he's
6'8" and like 400 pounds.
Yeah, he's a monster, man. I think it's cool to be able to lift heavy weight, but I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Just some of the strength of some of them guys. But yeah, so
okay, so Sean O'Malley still has a belt. So, but what that means, though, is because they made Francis Ngannou lose his belt to go and do the boxing with Tyson Fury, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he lost his belt to do that. So I'm wondering,
he might not be able to do it as a title.
But it might be worth it for Sean because the payout would be so much more than anything the UFC could even do.
Yeah.
I don't know what Sean's payout is. It may be in the millions right now, but boxing is just a whole different. That's a whole different thing. Yeah. Watch out about the wire. You don't want to.
I know.
Yeah, you don't want that to turn off on you.
Yeah. No malfunctions tonight. But it was interesting. It was definitely interesting to see the way everything played out.
Yeah.
The fact that he won was really cool. Now he said I don't know what to believe about him drinking the beer on the scale. Cause
it could have been apple juice and sparkling water.
Yeah, that's what he said. Now, I don't know, man. It makes either way,
he won.
You normally don't take any extra weight on the scale with you. That was crazy in itself that he jumped on the glass.
Well, for boxing, is that the actual weigh-in or is that the public weigh-in?
I think they do a public weigh-in.
Because in MMA, there's an actual weigh-in and a public weigh-in. Because they used to do the actual weigh-in, and that's when you'd see fighters looking like death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now they do two different weigh-ins. I was listening to Joe Rogan talk about that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. And they've done that for a while, and I wonder if boxing does the same thing because that could just be for publicity, and he already did his weigh-in.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe that was the second weigh-in or something. You know what I mean, maybe that because I know he did come in 3 pounds over. And that's why he got fined or whatever. But
if he got fined for it though, then perhaps that was the actual weigh-in.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Because I feel like you wouldn't have got fined for it if it was the secondary public one.
Yeah.
Unless you have to meet the standard for both. But I don't see why you'd need to do it for both. You know what I mean? You really only need to meet it once. Because I'm assuming people do the same thing in boxing like they do in MMA where. You cut weight drastically, but you're actually a much bigger weight, and then you just drink a whole bunch of water and fucking, get all hydrated, and you puff out, and you turn into a whole different person.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's
But it's actually healthier to just be at that weight. You'll be smaller than someone who drops down significantly, but you won't have gone through the same strain on your body. And it's just longevity-wise, it's much better for you. Competition-wise, that's to be kind of determined.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's people who've been successful by not cutting weight, by just staying at that weight.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, it's a little shoddy when you're dealing with people who are 35 pounds heavier usually or more. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then they just drop all that weight. And then they do their weigh-in, and then they drink a bunch of water and hydrate up, and then they raise back up into, being a massive monster.
Yeah.
For the weight class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's not super heavyweight where you can just be heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Although for some of those people, that they actually have to cut weight to be super heavyweight because it's the cutoff's like 250 or 350.
Yeah.
I think it's 250.
Huh.
It might be 280.
What, for like super heavyweight?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, boxing has more weight classes than MMA.
Well, I
I'm
think
pretty
once
sure.
it's over 225, it's like super heavyweight. I don't know if
That
it
might
even
be
matters
it.
after
That might be
I
it.
don't- It might be.
I know light heavyweight's like, isn't that 205?
I mean, that makes you think of Butterbean. Like he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 205.
Something like that. We might, we're just talking out of our ass right now.
Yeah,
It might,
you
it
check
might
Google.
just be like.
Check Google
Yeah.
just to know.
Let's see what the weight
Because
classes
Butterbean
are.
was like 300 pounds, I think, man. Like he had to be 300 pounds. Some of them fights. Every bit. Which that was crazy to see him have the success he did. Just being a brawler. And now, like, the last time I seen him was on Moonshiner. Like, that's crazy, like, from boxing to being on Moonshiners, like. But, yeah, so, I don't know, like, I think everybody's wanting to see, the Garcia and Gervonta Davis fight now. So, hopefully people get that,
Okay, so heavyweight in the UFC is 206 to 265.
All right.
Boxing, I think, can go even higher than that.
I think so, because like I said, super heavyweight, I know they have to be over that. You know what I mean? I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how high it goes, but as soon as you talk about heavyweights, like one of the first people to come to mind is Butterbean. So, but yeah, I wonder. I've not heard much about Sam Sulek lately.
But have you been looking in the same
Not as much. I did see a thing about Greg Doucette. I guess, and I knew this somewhat. He had been busted for being part of like a steroid ring back in like 2012.
Greg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before he became a big influencer, I guess, or whatever. But
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of interesting.
So wait, did he just go to jail for it?
No. He
Or did it just come out that he got busted for it back?
It's been out for a while. Like everybody kind of knew. I just seen like a pretty decent documentary on it to where like they basically had like a college scientist that was like helping him make like testosterone and making the stuff, and then they were just distributing it. But it was a pretty big ring that he was involved in, and I guess they had watched him for a while, and he did get a case for it for sure.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's just
For the Saturday one, we're gonna need to like watch some shit.
Yeah.
We need to like get some
stuff on it. Yeah.
Yeah, get some stuff to like talk about.
Yeah. How yeah, man. We'll work on it. Like I said, it's been a hectic week. We've done good just keeping up on it.
Well, as long as we're keeping up, that's what's going to really matter in the end.
Yeah.
Because we're just getting slowly better over time.
We just got to improve each time.
Yeah, that's more just how it is.
And getting it set up, too.
And then if we could get like a third mic, and then if we could get Sean in here, just to get him talking.
It'd be interesting.
You know what I mean? Just for people to laugh at.
Yeah, it'd be interesting for a show at least. We could all, like I said, if I want to get the setup, like I said, it'd be cool once we get more of a pod set up.
Yeah.
That'll help, and then just keep improving slowly. But
I met one of the Culbersons today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I met one of them.
That's yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't really talk much, about anything, but I was like, oh,
really?
they're around here now.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a small world. I mean,
It is a small world.
But yeah, man. Yeah, the Garcia thing, like if that was a big troll, it was definitely like, it worked for him,
Yeah,
way,
I mean, it was a strategic, play that worked.
I mean, I think maybe he was just a better fighter all around, and like, because either way, you're going to fight a professional boxer, like, you know what I mean? So whether they look a little wacky or not, you think
they're still a
Haney
professional
should have
boxer.
went in prepared, ready to go for, what I mean? They normally prepare like, to win, and surely he prepared to win. So like, yeah, man. I mean, definitely. But I don't know. It's just crazy. Like,
Yeah, I need to get a drink of water.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So we got a lot of lifting content coming out on this channel, and we also got some lifting content on his channel coming out.
Yeah.
He's been uploading daily. I'm gonna work all my stuff on the weekends. That way, it's ready for the week. So I'm actually gonna be a week behind on my stuff, but it's because on the weekends is when I really have the time to. Fiber's really good for you.
Yeah.
I've been mostly protein though. I've get my 100-gram like yesterday I was eating kind of like I had a Penn Station sandwich, and so Penn Station's the best. But I lately, like today, I had a 100-gram protein shake. I ate 4 eggs with a little bit of cheese on them. I make them with the milk in it. And then, throughout the day I had 2 coffees because I had one at my work or my other work, and then I had another one out because I walked into a Starbucks today, so I grabbed a coffee. So that's 2 coffees. I guess the sugar is carbs though, so I did get some.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when I got back here, I had a protein bar too, and then I came back here and made 2 pounds of hamburger.
Heck yeah.
So, like, protein-wise, though, I'm at, like, 240 grams for the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when I'm fine with having excess protein, because when it comes to my bodily functions, it doesn't really mess with me very much. But if I have excess of other types of, nutrients, it can mess with me a lot.
Yeah.
Like, too many fats or
Yeah.
too many, or too many carbs kind of mess with me. It makes me, like, a little bloated.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta watch. Yeah, as long as you eat decent, it's you know what I mean.
But like I'm completely fine with eating pretty much the same thing every day. It doesn't really bother me.
Yeah,
it's kind of like
it's about fuel, not you know what I mean. It's about
I enjoy eating hamburger.
Yeah,
I enjoy it. Like it's something that like tastes good to me. It doesn't really like make me like I have to eat more.
Yeah, don't get too old on you.
Yeah, it never really gets old. The only thing that's better than hamburger every day is steak.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only thing that's better, and soon I'll be eating steak every day.
Yeah.
I'm not there just yet. My finances aren't in that level. Once you guys hear me talking about eating steak every day, I'm doing better. I'm in a good spot.
Doing all right.
Yeah, I'm doing all right if I'm eating 2 ribeyes every day.
You end up with gout from eating too much steak or something.
As long as you exercise enough, gout's still an issue, but
I just know it comes from red meat. They say like a lot. That's the only reason.
Cholesterol can cause it. Excess cholesterol. So if you eat a lot of bacon and stuff like that.
I got you.
But the thing is, though, is cholesterol is directly linked to your testosterone. So if you go on medicine that completely reduces your cholesterol, it can also completely reduce your testosterone.
Oh, really?
I heard about that on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, there's always some interesting factual on Joe Rogan.
Now, just because you have high testosterone doesn't mean you're going to have high cholesterol. But it does mean, though, that a certain amount of cholesterol is healthy and needed to maintain a healthy testosterone level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like a 1-to-1 ratio type deal. It's more just like you have to have some of it for it to work properly.
Yeah.
Because that's what's so weird about the human bodies. It's like even just one little thing that's changed can just completely change the entire, framework almost. Like things just don't work. It's like taking one gear out of a motor.
Yeah.
You know? No. Or like you have a computer and you just unplug the CPU.
Well, that's what they say is like so important about like, balanced diet too, is like, the right macronutrients or whatever for like to help you digest protein and stuff.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot more to it than people realize, I think, man.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, man. Well, we'll try to have some better, we'll try to have some good topics coming up Saturday to talk about and, be a little more prepared. It's been a hectic week, getting used to the morning grind.
Oh, yeah. Well, the morning grind's actually been working pretty well because, like, it's helped me doing what I need to do during the day. And then it's like by the end of the day, if like, it's not a Tuesday or a Thursday, I can really just kind of chill and do what I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the last few hours before it's time to pass out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I run on like I don't know, probably like 6 to 8 hours sleep sometimes. So like I normally average that like right around there, so
Yeah.
I do all right on it. But I like the morning, yeah, because I feel like you're more conscious the rest of the day once you put hard work in the morning, you know.
Yeah.
You've
Well,
already got that much done. You might as well keep trying, you know. So, but it's almost 9. I got to get me a protein shake here shortly.
we still got 3.5 minutes left before we're at 30.
That's fine.
So we got 3.5 minutes, and then we'll call it out.
But yeah, Garcia, was it the greatest troll ever? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know what you think about it.
Was it a cover for a Manic episode? And then, he didn't really go in to like, because the big freak out was the whole Bohemian Grove thing, right? He came out about that, right, and saying all the proof. Well, he's still standing on that. At least that's what I seen in the interview. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't get to finish the whole interview. But I watched a good part.
Yeah, for him to still be standing on that, you have to also question whether he's doing it for the publicity that's attached to it, or whether he's doing it because he actually does have something and is really standing by it. Because like, there's always like there's the old saying where it's like, bad publicity is still publicity. So like being controversial may be a strategy to skyrocket himself into stardom above what he even already had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, what do all the biggest faces in the entire social media industry have in common? All the absolute biggest. Most of them are controversial in one way or another. Yeah. And so jumping on controversial topics polarizes. You know what I mean? But that's the problem, though, is it's a volatile type of strategy. Yeah. One year it might be great for you. The next year,
it's a
like,
hit or miss. You can definitely strike out. I get what people mean by all publicity's good publicity, but at the same time,
not all
I've seen it backfire
good publicity.
On. It's definitely backfired on.
Because like it can all be messed up.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. So,
well. We're going to, this weekend, after I get enough workout videos for the week, I'm going to kind of look at the podcast and just get an idea of whether or not, like, maybe cut out a couple things to make some shorts. But we're still going to have to kind of look at it and strategize because, really the first 20 to 50 episodes of this is really just us getting in a groove. That's really what it is. I mean, we're still trying to improve and all that, but just getting the content out to you guys so that way you can be around from the very beginning is kind of like the most important thing right now. Yeah. But we're going to get there, and, this is only episode 6. Wait till you see us on episode 600 or episode 6,000. We could be doing this for 40 years.
Yeah. What we've been doing
YouTube. You'd be 80, 81.
Something like that.
Yeah.
82, something like that.
Yeah, so.
But, we'll get there.
That'd be interesting if you're doing this till you're like 80-something.
Yeah, like, I can't hear you.
I can't hear you. I can't see you, and I can't hear you.
The Helen Keller podcast, more or less, or Henry Keller, whatever you want to say.
Maybe by then you'll be able to hear and see better than anybody. Like, I can hear what the neighbor's saying about our dog.
Yeah. Come on, Neuralink. Go, Sonic Hearing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
go, Gadget, super eyesight.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's 30 minutes. I know it's a smaller podcast, but we just wanted to get it out to you guys. You guys have a great day.
I bless